So I'm going to go through here and give you a few select answers to your homework with finding a GCF and prime factoring. I'm not going to do all of them, but you can either use this to check your answers or to get started or whatever you might need if you're unsure what to do on the homework. So starting from the beginning, right, we have some things that we're doing with prime factoring. So let's look at number 2. If we want to prime factor 36, we need to think of some numbers that will go into 36. So you could choose whatever numbers you want. I'm just going to pick 6 times 6 is 36. I can split 6 up into 2 and 3. I can also split this 6 up into 2 and 3. So at the bottom, here are the numbers that I have. So we have 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, but I also need to account for the x to the third power. So x to the third power says I need to take that x 3 times. So I'm going to include in here multiplying by 3 different x's. Okay, if we look below and we do some with finding the GCF, right? Finding the GCF, we're looking for something that they have in common. So we'll find things that we can divide it by. So maybe 40 and 22 are both even. So if I divide by 2, that gives me a 20 and 11. There's nothing that will go into 20 that will also go into 11. So my GCF will equal 2. How about number 8? Okay, so 28 and 44, right? I'm going to pay attention to the coefficient first. So I know 4 will go into each of those. 28 divided by, I want to take care of the variable as well, since they both have those. So they do both have the x. The smaller exponent is 3, right? We're always going with the smaller exponent. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. 3 minus 3, those then cancel each other out. 44 divided by 4 is 11. 7 minus 3 is 4. There's nothing that goes into 7 that will also go into 11, nor do they both have the variables. So again, I know I'm done. So I have a GCF of 4x to the third. If we look at number 10, 27, 72, and 108. So if you look at these 3 and you say, I don't know what will go into all of them, start with the smallest. Okay, so into 27, I know that 3 will go into 27. So if we check, 7 plus 2 is 9. 3 will go into that. 8 plus 0 plus 1 is 9. So 3 will go into that. So I know I can pull out a 3. See, they do all, nope, they don't all have the A, so I can't do that. They do not all have the B, nor do they all have the C. So I can't do anything with a variable. So I'll start dividing. 27 divided by 3 is 9. My variables are just staying the same. 72 divided by 3 is 24. 108 divided by 3, 2, 3, 36. Okay, then we'll check again. 9, 24, and 36. 3 will go into all of those. Now that I know I've taken care of the variables, I'm just going to sort of keep track of the numbers here. 3, 8, and 12. There is nothing that will go into 3, 8, and 12. So I'm going to take my numbers and multiply them. 3 times 3 is 9. So I know my GCF equals 9. And then let's take a look at number 12. Okay, we do have some larger numbers. If you prefer to use a calculator, that's totally fine. Again, you just have to make sure that you're pulling something out that works. You can start simple. So I'll do one here with a calculator. So these are all even. So I know I can divide by 2. Okay, if you'd prefer to just deal with the coefficient first, that's fine. But if we do check the variable, they all have the A. The smallest exponent is 3. They do all have the B. The smallest exponent is 4. They do all have the C. The smallest exponent is 3. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. I'll subtract. 6 minus 3 is 3. 12 minus 4 is 8. 3 minus 3 is 0. 70 divided by 2 is 35. Those will cancel. B 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. 126 divided by 3, so if you would need to check that, right, just see what it is. We'll have 63. We'll subtract exponents. 5 minus 3 is 2. 4 minus 4 cancels. 8 minus 3 is 5. So if we check again, 7, 35, and 63. Let's see, 7 will go into 7. 7 will go into 35. So if we check 63, 7 will go into that. So we can divide these all by 7. As long as we took care of the variables to start with, we don't need to deal with those again. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 63 divided by 7 was 9. 1, 5, and 9, nothing will go there, so we need to multiply. So our GCF will equal 14, a to the third, b to the fourth, c to the third.